Hello everyone and welcome to another game for WarCraft Wednesday. This game going to be between, oh my gosh, it's, I think it's Yi versus Fairy Tail. I'm not 100% sure. Go ahead and just check the name of the description in the video. I really don't understand why just the professional esports scene in Warcraft 3 isn't nearly as fleshed out. There's a lot of problems with maps. There's a lot of problems with users having different names and having different aliases where they smurf and then they start using that as their real name. Really appreciate where StarCraft 2 has taken the esports scene in terms of RTS. Anyways, this is going to be a Night Elf versus Night Elf here on Terranistan. And it is going to be red versus blue. I'll probably just try to refer to them as red and blue and get this game underway. Night Elf versus Night Elf Terranistan map. Oh, another thing, this was not my first choice of a game. This game did come highly rated, except all of the other games I wanted to cast, they had Chinese in the folder directory, and because they had Chinese in the folder directory and I don't know how to type in Chinese, I can't create the right folder so that Warcraft 3 knows where to get those maps. So a lot of issues left and right as this game does get underway. Terranistan, a map that should be very familiar to anyone who's played Warcraft 3, at least since Frozen Throne. A 1v1 map that is rather small and has a lot of walkways and paths to scout out. We are seeing pretty much the same style coming in from both players. Ancient of War creeping over here. Meanwhile, that archer is going to pull back. The hero is going to be a demon hunter versus a demon hunter. So it's going to be one of those battles. Who can get mana burn off first? As you're going to see that archer deal a bit of damage and then perhaps try to pull away at the final second. Yeah. Pulling away at the final second, now just dealing the damage to the Renegade Wizard, and it looks as though the Archer and the Demon Hunter is going to get all of those kills. So there's one kill, there's another kill, and now finishing off that Renegade Wizard to get a lot of experience. Same thing should be happening back over here as well. Pretty much the same exact story, but I do believe the Blue Night Elf is a little bit more effective also with utilizing and using that lightning shield. So that lightning shield did a lot of damage across all three units. And then the Blue Night Elf player, if you notice, he moved that archer around to make sure that the lightning shield actually didn't get any true kills. Now, Wisp on the far side of the map, as both sides are still creeping out. It looks like red is just slightly behind, but his items are fairly good. Slippers of Agility and Ring of Protection, not that great. Meanwhile, taking a look over here, it is Cloak of Shadows and Ring of Protection. So unless the Demon Hunter wants to hide just like his sisters, not much use is going to come out from there at all. Now, Ancient of War is still tanking a lot of that damage. Wisp are repairing that Ancient of War, as it is also doing a good job just trying to absorb all of that damage. And really, interestingly enough, you can see that the Blue Night Elf player creeping this out with only one archer, and that is it. So that is the reason why that these units are not falling all too quickly. Meanwhile, back over here, same thing coming in from red. But I think red is actually caught up and made up a lot of ground now, as that troll is going to get taken down almost at the same time that this troll gets taken down. So Fairy Tail, or the red Night Elf player, perhaps utilizing a little bit more damage from his Ancient of War, able to come out slightly ahead now, as we are going to get Dust of Appearance and an Illusion. The Illusion going to be doing that tanking. Meanwhile, back over here, it looks like the Demon Hunter tanking that damage instead. I'm not sure if he got Immolation Aura or if he got Dodge. Or Evasion. I don't think that he's actually dodged an attack yet, as we now see the red Demon Hunter is now sitting at level 3. Same thing with the blue Demon Hunter. So red versus blue, both sides with even experience so far, and a true mirror match as this game does still get underway. Tree of Ages, about 75% done. Meanwhile, 60% done for the red Night Elf. And we'll see how all of this unfolds in just a moment. Demon Hunter now passing across the center. It looks as though he has a fair amount of mana, and it looks like there's going to be another Demon Hunter from behind. Both sides getting in that mana burn. And now who's going to get the next mana burn off? That is going to be key, as the next mana burn will deal more damage. And will he have enough for another mana burn? No, he does not have enough for a mana burn to try to counteract. So blue now slightly ahead, as the red Demon Hunter still wandering around on the inside here. at this stage, I'm not quite sure what to expect from either of these players. Demon Hunter looking to perhaps buy a Staff of Teleportation and now come in and do a bit of harassment. The Demon Hunter running around on the inside, taking a bit of damage, and now causing the Wisp to run in the wrong direction, as the Wisp now has dealt some damage here, and now in comes the Blue Goblin Shredder. So the Shredder now joining in on the fight, as the Archer tries to hide, and there is no Dust of Appearance on the Red Demon Hunter, so nicely done there, as apparently this Night Elf player doesn't care about the spirit in the trees. It's still going to cut it down with a Goblin Shredder. Back over here, you can see Demon Hunter being chased by another Demon Hunter. One is just an illusion, but apparently he still wants to run all the way back home as this game does get underway, and there are now currently 3, and out comes a Keeper of the Grove. So a Keeper of the Grove is now out in the field. An Entangle did go down. There is a second Mana Burn, and that Mana Burn just not quite enough in time, as there is another Entangle, and now Staff of Teleportation being used. Is it going to be enough? Down to the 80 hit points, and it looks like he will be able to get some Moon Juice and still stay alive. So a Keeper of the Grove as the second hero, and apparently this has now become very common, as both players getting a Keeper of the Grove. And the Keeper of the Grove, very, very powerful. Keeper of the Groves have a very long stun, essentially. It doesn't deal as much damage as, say, a Stormbolt, but the stun is very, very effective, as in comes a Lightning Shield. The Archer being very smart to try to pull away, and there's that Mana Burn exchange. Anything you can do, I can do just as well, apparently, as down goes that Archer. Now, Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Both sides did get off a Mana Burn, and it looks like another one of Illusion going to come in to try to tank a bit more damage, as we are now going to Tree of Eternities and Ancient of Lores. Dryads now the name of the game, as the Demon Hunter and Keeper of the Grove making another move. There is going to be another Demon Hunter and another Keeper of the Grove here. So who's coming out ahead? There is an Entangle. The Entangle really not working out all too well, as it is just an illusion, as we still have more hiding going around. Demon Hunter getting in superficial damage onto that Keeper of the Grove. Looks like he just wants to try to finish off the illusion and deny any serious scouting whatsoever. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 1. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 for blue. Meanwhile, 3 and 1 for red as well. Blue with a slightly more experience on his Keeper of the Grove. And it will be interesting to know if they go for Trents, or the little tree summons, or if they go for Thorn's Aura. We now see another Entangle on the Enforcer. The Enforcer, you can see how long that stun does last, and dealing damage over time as well. The Demon Hunter taking a lot of that damage so far. A Sobi Mask now on the Keeper of the Grove. So it looks like it should be able to get off a lot more Entangles. A very nice item for the blue Keeper of the Grove, as the blue Keeper of the Grove also has a little bit more experience compared to the red. Demon Hunter now coming in. He does have a Staff of Preservation and a full potion of invulnerability. 15 seconds invulnerability. Very, very powerful at this stage in the game. Ancient of War may get taken down, and it does get taken down there. Very, very bad play, but now we also see that the red Keeper of the Grove did get to level 2. Level 2, and now level 1 on the other Keeper of the Grove. So who has the advantage now? I'm not quite sure. This Wisp looks like it does get taken down. There is a slow. That Demon Hunter is going to slowly run, I guess walk, as we now have a Roar and now an engagement here. This Taskmaster going to get quickly taken down. Orb of Venom plus the Entanglement. That is a lot of damage over time. Potion of Greater Healing used. Mana Burn exchange, as the Druid of the Claw now goes into bear form. Demon Hunter now being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, as this Druid of the Claw also taking a bit of damage there. Slow now being cast across all of Fairy Tail, or the red Demon Hunter, and the red army here, as we should have a counterattack coming in just a moment. Are we going to perhaps get a rejuvenation? Most likely not, as it will most likely just be abolished by those Dryads. Bears do have mastery training. This is a true mirror match. So far, as we are now going to go into the Kobold Geomancers. The Geomancers quickly getting taken down. Not before causing a little bit of headache, though, with that slow. And we'll see a Manual of Health being picked up by that Demon Hunter. Level 3, Level 2, Level 3, as another Renegade Wizard gets taken down. what, 52 mana there, as both sides are going to get creep-jacked here in just a moment. There comes the Keeper of the Grove. There is an ensnare, a mana burn coming back around. The Goblin Shredder is still able to attack while ensnared. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 picked up by the Demon Hunter. May get transferred as the Demon Hunter now essentially out of area to try to hold anything else. And now in comes that slow poison mana burn exchange. In comes the entangle. This may be a surround. That's going to be bad news. The Demon Hunter down to 200 hit points, trying to run away. It looks like a potion of healing was used. No rejuvenation. There is another entangle. There's a rejuvenation and abolish magic. And now the Demon Hunter down to 112 hit points, 107, trying to run away. There is a mana burn and an entangle for himself, as both sides are still battling it out. Bears on both sides, red versus blue. You keep track of who's winning in this engagement, and as it looks like, I actually not quite sure. The Keeper of the Grove looks like it may get taken down, and now level 3 on the other Keeper of the Grove, as the Demon Hunter now once again re-engages, and not enough mana. Oh, enough mana for another entanglement may be coming in sometime soon. It looks like there's the entangle. And that is going to be bad news. And oh, is the Demon Hunter going to be able to make it away? 13 hit points, a mana burn not incoming. Trying to come around that far side. The Keeper of the Grove may be able to get off a hit. And where is the hit? There it is. Down it goes. What a waste of 75 mana for an entangle as opposed to just a normal attack. I think a normal attack would have been enough. And then he could have taken down this bear as well. The blue Druid of the Claw really with nowhere to run, as we now see the Demon Hunter doing a bit of a pressure and attack here. There are Moonwells here to really help out the blue Night Elf. So the blue Night Elf with home field advantage, always nice when your home field advantage includes a tree that fights back. As we now see the Keeper of the Grove getting resurrected back at home. Now, this is going to be a bit of a problem, as now the Bears are going to try to engage, and now we do have a Goblin Zeppelin. The Goblin Zeppelin is going to be doing some Zeppelin micro in order to keep the units alive. Rejuvenation now on a very low hit point bear that is also entangled. That bear is out of the battle for a couple of seconds here, as we now see all those units are backing off once more. Keeper of the Grove is out. Will it be able to catch up and perhaps get off an entangle here is a key question. As now the battle does go on. One bear very low on hit points. A Staff of Preservation saving it. Entangling a full hit point bear. That bear will not get taken down. Especially only with level 1. Oh, there's a nice Staff of Preservation saving another bear. As the battle does continue. And now the red Demon Hunter apparently doesn't want to stick around in this fight. The blue Demon Hunter perhaps resurrected back at the tavern. And now still alive. Rejuvenation is needed. You can see a lot of low hit point bears. What is going to be happening here? Perhaps even a Scroll of Healing. All of these Druids of the Claw need to be resurrected or rejuvenated, as this bear is low on mana. And now it looks as though level 3. Oh no, I thought I saw level 3. Nope, that was not a level. That was just an animation for a Staff of Preservation. Simple enough. Now, what is going to go down here? There is another rejuvenation. Do we have enough energy? Yes, another rejuvenation could be incoming as well, as the Demon Hunter looking to buy more items and selling some, as the battle will continue. Level 3 on the red Keeper of the Grove though, and that is going to be really helpful, as they do have Thorns Aura. Level 2 Thorns Aura being utilized instead of level 2 Entangle. The Thorns Aura dealing more damage back for each attack on those bears. Since this is going to be a bear-centric army, the Thorns Aura does make a lot of sense. Rogue Wizard will get taken down here, and does the blue Night Elf spot this? He should be able to spot this here in just a moment, and then try to engage. Oh no, is he going to engage? Yes, he is going to engage here, and if this is a good engagement, mana burn being exchanged on both sides. There is a roar and a potion or Scroll of Protection now being used. Both sides still continuing to battle here, as Rejuvenation and Dryads need to attack. They are now finally engaging again, and the bear now being picked up and then picked up and dropped back down. So nicely done so far, but it looks like the Demon Hunter wants to go after this Goblin Zeppelin. The Zeppelin still taking a bit of damage. Both sides still fighting. The bear is, I believe, being rejuvenated inside, and now just constantly being picked up and dropped back down. So bear dancing here, and bear micro. One bear does finally get taken down. There is a staff of preservation saving another bear. Another bear gets taken down as the units are still battling it out. The Keeper of the Grove doesn't want to stick around for very long. The Dryad's getting in some slow poison as well as the units. One bear back over here. The red bear gets destroyed, and now level 4, level 3. And who has the advantage? I really gotta believe that red lost a lot more than he was bargaining for, down to 40 over 60 compared to 49 over 60, and that's with only one bear being trained as opposed to 2. So that is a huge difference, as we are now going to see all of these bears are going to get rejuvenated. Beautiful play by the blue Night Elf to pick up low hit point bears, rejuvenate them, and get them back in the fight. There is one rejuvenation already being cast. Most likely another rejuvenation will be coming in here in just a moment. There's another rejuvenation. There's another rejuvenation. Rejuvenations to go around as they should. There's another rejuvenation there. And I believe the blue Night Elf will essentially have a full hit point army. And all it really cost them was energy. So beautifully done. And we'll see how all of this works out here. It looks like the Sobi mask is perhaps, was it on the red Keeper of the Grove? Yes, on the red Keeper of the Grove. And still, the battle is continuing. Level 4 and level 3. We may get level 4 on the red Keeper of the Grove, but now in comes the Demon Hunter. It looks as though, yes, level 2 Thorns Auras as well, as Dryads and Bears are going to start battling it out. Here we go, an attack back over here, and that Druid of the Claw in Druid, or now in Bear form, as we see what got taken down. I thought I heard a hero get taken down, but no, it wasn't a hero. Druid of the Claw getting entangled. It looks like it will get destroyed here. There it goes. Entangled and taken out as the battle does rage on. Bears, all of them, or a lot of them are low on hit points, but more bears joining in on the fight. And now it is going to be 2 bears versus 1. The Goblin Zeppelin doesn't have anything in it, so no great micro coming in this time around. And that is going to be a problem. This bear, low on hit points, needs to get rejuvenated, as the bears are still trying to battle it out. This bear down to 150, 138. It may get destroyed here as the Demon Hunter now gets taken out in the back there. And now blue is going to be have a very difficult time trying to get back into this game, especially as he's not microing those bears like he was in the previous encounters. And there you go, red coming out slightly ahead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 Night Elf mirror match here on Tyrannus Stand.